Hey, this is Mark Bishop. I want to make you this quick intro video today to talk about a course that I've been asked to look at. Now, this is an unusual one for me because it's quite a small course. It's a really cheap and cheerful course, but it is something that will make absolutely anybody money, which at the end of the day is what we're all interested in, and that's why we're here. So, without wanting to ramble on too much, I'm just going to cut straight into this. This system is put together by a guy that really does make over $1 million a year. It's based here in the UK, just like myself. But unlike a lot of us, he doesn't launch products. This isn't his main focus or his main business model. What he actually does is he employs an arbitrage system. And what that actually means is he kind of buys things in one place and sells them in another for obviously a higher price. Now, when I say arbitrage or buying in one place and selling in another, that probably conjures up the notion of having to, go to one platform, buy something there, or maybe spend hours and hours looking for something. And then when you get that, you have to have it sent to your address, you have to package it up, and then you have to work out the postage costs, and then you have to forward it to the buyer, which, it's an absolute nightmare. Nobody wants to do that, and you're not going to get rich doing that. But with this particular system, what it does is it kind of marries up the buyer and the seller. So you can source a product that's in ready supply, so you can get it as and when you need it, and you can link that up with the buyer. So when somebody purchases, when somebody purchases, that buyer will receive that product from the seller. And the seller looks like you, but it's actually the person that you're buying from, if that makes sense. Now, this isn't anything to do with a typical drop shipping system. This is something that really works, and it works anywhere at all, especially in the UK and in the US. This is going to work really well. The whole thing's going to cost you $7 to learn. Okay, now that is really cheap. It's not something that I'd normally get involved with, but because this is just so good, and today I didn't have too much on, I took a look at it and I was kind of blown away because of the simplicity of this particular method. Now, this guy is making, as I say, over $1 million doing this. So this is something that you should really take note of. The fact that it only costs $7 shouldn't put you off, because this is the kind of thing that you can read in 5 or 10 minutes and you can put into play within an hour. You don't need a website. You don't need hardly any cash whatsoever. You don't need a profile online. You don't need to be launching products. You don't need to build a list. You don't need to do any of that normal internet marketing stuff. This is really straightforward, and basically anybody can do this. So I really would recommend that you snap this up for $7, because it's going to be that good. And before I finish this video up, I'm just going to quickly show you that I actually put it into practice. I haven't actually made any money from it yet, because I only got the system today, but I went over and I followed their guidelines, and I found discrepancies in prices almost straight away. So I mean, I could be selling one product without even touching it and making over $10 after costs on every single item sold. Okay, and that was me finding one product in the space of 5 minutes. So if you spent a few hours doing this, then you could really build yourself an excellent business online. Okay, so take a look at the rest of this video now, and thanks for watching. Now, the system in question is called Easy Arbitrage Profits. Now, I'm going to be completely upfront with you. This is a PDF. Now, I know a lot of people would prefer videos, but this is a method that is just so easy to follow that you're just going to love it. It's a 29-page PDF, and all the information and details on how to do this are actually enclosed, including reference links. So you can go on to any of these links up here, and you can click and you can find products straight away to sell, and you can find the discrepancies between prices. Now, I'm kind of simplifying the whole method here, and don't get me wrong, it is very simple, but there are a couple of little tweaks that are incorporated into this system that you really need to follow. So make sure you grab this, and you know, it's not going to break the bank. $7, that's all it's going to cost you, and you can go ahead and do this. Now I'm just going to quickly show you how I got on following this. I mean, it took me about 5-10 minutes to read, and I clicked one of the recommended reference links, and I went over to a comparison platform, and I found a product within the space of 5 minutes, probably less, and that was without doing any research or anything. And the actual discrepancy, I'll show you in just a second, is works out around about 10 British pounds, which I suppose would be about $15. You might think, well, $15, that's not really worth my while. But once you set up the sales platform and you've found a source, you can sell that product all day long and you never have to touch it. It's perfect. So let me show you that now. So here we go. It's a Sony Blu-ray disc player, and you can see that right here it's going to cost me $22. I'm sorry, I'm so used to speaking in dollars. £22. And then if I scroll down here, you can see on here I could sell it for £45. So even when you factor in the costs, you're still going to make £15 to £20. So, you know, that's $35 for next to no time at all. So once you set this up, you can sell it over and over again, and you never have to touch the product. So you can set these up, you can find multiple products, and it's going to cost you next to nothing to do. Okay, so $7. I really would recommend this. Snap it up and get started, because if you've been struggling to make money up until this point, this is a no-brainer.